Before we get into today's episode, we just wanted to let you know that the audio quality is not going to be as good as it normally is.
Yeah, as good as it is right now because we forgot to press record the entire episode on the mics. So we're leaning into the mics. They're not on. They're not recording.
Right.
And also because our camera sometimes cuts out, there may be
Just chunks that are
chunks missing. But instead of re-recording it and not being as authentic and fun as it felt, we're just giving you this unfortunate disclaimer. So
yes,
please stick with us.
We'll have the camera audio at least, and we'll run it through some sound. I'm blanking on the word sound engineer AI thing to try to make it sound a little better, but we totally did forget to press record and we were a little rusty, but thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks. All right, enjoy.
Hi, I'm Brenda.
And I'm Mak.
Welcome to Girl Logic,
where if it makes sense to us, it just makes sense. Oh, man.
Welcome back. Welcome 2026. Officially, because we recorded the last one still last year.
Yes, so this is our first recording within the new year, but our second coming out.
Second one this year.
Which, did you watch it? I guess you...
Stranger Things, I did not, but I did see essentially all the spoilers.
Oh, no, not Stranger Things.
Oh.
Our podcast.
Oh, the podcast.
Did you watch them?
I thought I'm looking at the notes that we have, and I was like, dang, you're really excited about this.
No.
I saw it, yeah.
We're so close. We're so close up to the camera.
Yeah, it's like just our heads.
I went to watch it, and I normally watch it like on my TV on the YouTube app. And we were so big that I had to just listen to it. Because I couldn't look at myself that big. So,
well, it's funny too at the beginning. We were out of sync on the...
Yes.
And it just makes sense. That part.
It's very funny, though.
It is funny. But like we said, I mean, it was just because we were traveling the holidays.
And it's nice to know it's an option for us.
Like, if we really have to make it work, then we can. But...
Yeah.
Yeah. But how was your New Year's?
It was good. It was honestly, well, actually, so we were invited to two different things. One was more of a party and one was more of a hangout. We ended up doing kind of like the more low-key one. It was pajamas and Stranger Things and dinner, and it was very wholesome. And we got to bring Dallas, which is nice.
Nice.
Leave him super long. And then we left pretty much right after midnight, which was kind of good for traffic because I know people drive under influences. And there's a lot of checkpoints and it's like scary and stuff. But I mean, because we were like so low key, like we got out of there safe and kind of beat the other people trying to leave. Yeah. But we get home, we walk Dallas. And that pretty much consumed the rest of our night because he had eaten something he shouldn't have, and then we had to deal with it coming out the other end. So we were like occupied for like into the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock hour with
just
the
taking
dog.
care of him.
I was like, cool, Happy New Year.
What did he eat?
Like he likes rope toys, and he like pulls the strings out. So he had a lot of strings.
Oh no.
Yes. So
Dallas.
That was New Year's Eve, and otherwise the New Year is good.
Nice.
But that was that night.
And how is it being back teaching, right?
Yeah.
Break is over and you're back.
So I was really nervous how the kids were going to be Monday coming back, but it was maybe our best day of the whole year. Like they were
really
phenomenal. And I was like riding this high of like, we are back, we are mature, we are ready, come Wednesday. We're not tired. We get tired. Like, their stamina's not where ours is.
And they've been on break, and now they have to focus again for a whole week.
Yes. Yeah. So by the end of the week, I was really, really ready for the weekend, especially yesterday. Felt like a full moon, even though I don't think it was. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's good. I'm getting a new student Monday.
I thought you were going to say kitten.
No.
I was like, dang.
I was going to say kid, but new student Monday.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Someone that moved into the area. Nice.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So how was your New Year's? Were you still south for New Year's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were still in South Carolina. It was good. Chuck's dad actually came to my parents' house, so it was like we were all together for New Year's.
Oh, fun.
So that was fun.
And how did the suitcases go?
It was good.
Okay.
It was great. So It was funny because, so my brother had left, and it was my parents, Chuck's dad, and then us two.
Mm.
And it was around 11-ish, and Chuck's dad was like, my bedtime's usually 10, I'm not going to make it. So he went to bed, and I was like, oh no, he's going to miss the suitcases. So I was a little bummed about that, but I understood, because he drove down that day.
Yeah.
And it's like 3 or 4 hours of driving, and it's a lot. So, and then I felt bad, because I was like, oh, we're going to be so noisy. That's the other thing, side tangent, is when I go to South Carolina for an extended period of time, I switch it to my Spanish brain.
Oh.
And then coming back, it's always hard to speak, because I'm like still in Spanish speaking mode.
That makes sense.
And I have to flip it back to English, so I may stumble on words, and that's just because I'm readjusting.
That's also so cool, though. It's like, that is something I'm so jealous of, is like bilingual people.
Yeah, it's awesome, but it's annoying because I feel like now my English is slightly less proficient, or certain words just don't come to me as quickly.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, now you sound like me. I never have the right words on this podcast.
So I was scared we would be noisy, but I apparently we didn't wake him up.
Oh, that's good.
But
it seemed to sleep like rocks, too. Though.
Yeah. It was funny because we had suitcases because we took them down.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't want to use those because they were full. We were living out of the suitcases. And so my mom brought down 2 suitcases of theirs that we could use. But then she was like, I don't feel like... Or maybe they don't have that many, but I don't know. Long story short, there were only 2 suitcases for 4 people.
Oh.
So what we did is, like, we jointly each couple had...
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It was so funny because my dad was walking so fast. My mom was, like, running to keep up with him. And then we were trying to run to catch up to them just to do, like, a little loop around. There's, like, a little cul-de-sac offshoot on their street. So it was, like, a really tiny thing we walked, but it was hilarious.
It's so funny.
At one point, we just picked the suitcase up and started running because we couldn't keep up. And it was loud, and we didn't want to wake up the neighbors, who all seemed to be asleep, which was also surprising. But I think they're just older.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking my kids, like, what they did, and they stayed up for the ball drop, and they're 5, but a lot of them, it's like, no, we go to bed. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. I didn't realize Puerto Rico, because we were watching the Ryan Seacrest. That sounded like a good crack.
Yeah. We next sometimes. It's a good one out.
Puerto Rico, instead of a ball dropping, it's a star that goes up. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. So that was cool. Me something
new every day.
Yeah.
All right, now Stranger Things. We can get into that.
Yeah. Did you watched it then on New Year's?
Yes. Have you seen the finale?
No, but I know what happens. Were you satisfied with the conclusion?
Oh, finally, I get to say my piece on this. My coworkers were talking about it at lunch yesterday, and I just cannot get a word in. Yes and no. I feel like the whole second half of this last season was really slow. But like, here's the thing. If you're going to end the show in its entirety, it's going to end in one of 2 ways. And that's like what people are getting is either it's going to be some happily ever after, or it's going to be the world ends. So, which one do you want? You know, because we got the happiest thing we could get, and a lot of people aren't happy with it.
Really?
Yes, a lot of people are disappointed.
Expecting or wanting?
A big complaint I've heard is that Vecna was killed too fast. But my argument to that is this is the 5th season of fighting Vecna.
That is true.
Like, yes, he died within a 2-hour episode, but we've had how many years of
Vecna tormenting
this? Like, we figured him out, maybe. I don't know. What's funny is a lot of people are so dissatisfied with this last season that they have these theories that there's going to be more episodes because they have so many questions, or they found so many plot holes or like details. Like one being that everyone, oh my god, I just punched the microphone. Everyone stands like Vecna in the last season, so they think that Vecna's controlling everyone's mind because they're all standing like this or sitting like this at different points. Or doorknobs have flipped sides between the first season and the last season. It's just like stuff that I think the people on set didn't maybe realize when they remade it.
I guess too, if you have that much of an immersive series where there's so much world building, maybe small details like that could get missed easily.
Yeah, I can't remember now in past seasons like how detail oriented the show was itself. I keep comparing it to Black Mirror in my head because have you ever watched Black Mirror? Mm-hmm. Black Mirror alludes to its own episodes and movies in every episode. Like, if you're watching a scene and there's a newscaster on the screen, reading the fine print scrolling across the bottom of the screen is alluding to another episode. It's one, like, it ties its world together so nicely. I don't remember Stranger Things being that detailed, and now people are picking it apart as if it's Black Mirror, and it's not.
I have seen a lot of theories, and they are extremely detailed. They're like, oh, so-and-so brought up this location and milkshakes.
Yes.
And like that place never sold milkshakes,
but apparently it did in the past when Vecna was a kid.
I was like, dang, I clearly missed the memo.
Yeah.
But then again, I fell off on season like 2 or 3.
Do you know, so Stranger Things is a musical. I don't know if it's Broadway. I just know it's not a musical, a play. It's either a play or musical.
Like,
is it also a book?
Is it
well, one, I don't know in what order it came. But two, I don't know to the full capacity it is because I've just seen people alluding to, like, in the musical or in the play, Vecna's childhood. Like, he sees Hopper and Joyce all the time. But then somebody pulled up, like, to prove that this last episode wasn't real and it's all a mind game. They pulled up a picture of text. It looked like from a book. And it said that their graduation gowns were green. But then the show, they were orange. So they're like, they were orange in the past. It's not the same as the storyline. Huh. I, don't understand what they're comparing it to or what came first or, I just don't.
Yeah, I didn't know. Honestly, since I fell off, I have no idea.
I've never been in it that deep to,
There's a collection of books including canon novels that expand the show's lore. Okay. This doesn't actually say.
Yeah, I just I don't even know what came first, and if the show's based on the book, then there could just be detail changes for that reason, or people could be right and there could be another episode. But everyone's theory was that the episode was going to come out on the 7th, and it didn't. So now people are like, oh, it's going to come out. Half of them gave up, and half of them still think it's going to come out later. But they were like, there's a dice that rolls a 7 on this screen, and this counts to 7, and if you search this,
and if you type this into
TikTok, the dice comes up and shows you 7, and there's so many different things.
Well, it kind of gives the vibe of, when you watch a movie, and especially the Marvel movies, you're like, I have to stay, because there's always that end scene after the credits. It's
Which I thought was going to have that in the finale, and it didn't. So don't waste your time going all the way to the end. I did.
But it's giving that, people are still waiting, something
they're
more
not,
to come.
I think they're just not prepared for it to be over.
Yeah.
Though,
from 2016, it's been almost 10 years.
I also saw someone say, you can't put a finale of a show out unless you register your show and, somewhere, now I saw this in a clip and then I scrolled past, so I didn't watch it in full. But apparently Stranger Things didn't register their most recent season yet. So, there's a chance. But then, I also saw, this is a Stranger Things episode.
One other thing really quickly while you say that.
The Duffer Brothers supposedly put out statements explaining some of the stuff, why the Demogorgons weren't there and other things. Because a lot of people had questions. But then they just said that the 9th episode happened off screen, is what they said. Oh. What do you mean it happened off screen? It's just in your imagination? I don't get it.
Alright, so I wanted to touch on this because I saw this online and thought it was so interesting and kind of funny. Mm-hmm. Have you seen people compare Stranger Things to Harry Potter?
No.
So the reason I thought it was kind of funny is someone brought it up in the context. They were like, no wonder we love Stranger Things so much. It's just Harry Potter. We grew up with Harry Potter. We love Harry Potter. So this isn't the original video I saw, but hopefully it's good enough. But
remind me also to tangent about a book after this.
Okay.
Because
then we can go.
Yeah.
But yes, similar themes. For example, the Chosen One. There's one person who survives the monster and they become marked. Harry survives Voldemort. He has the scar. Will survives Vecna. Both are the boy who lived. Which I was like, dang,
has to be a boy.
Yeah. Shared consciousness, psychic link, and power gained through possession. Harry's scar, Will's goosebumps. They can like sense that the evil person. Both see visions from the eyes of the villain or its minions. Harry's abilities, parcel tongue insight. Will's power in season 5 activate because of the link that was marked in him.
Right. But also that up there it had a line, it was like the enemy is within. Like
yeah,
they have.
Huh. Now, speaking about the villains, they're self-made monsters via trauma. Tom Riddle, Voldemort, Henry Creel, Vecna. Both isolated but considered prodigal. Trauma in childhood, metaphysical awakening, killing of family members, physical descension from human form into a noseless dark entity.
Oh my gosh, noseless. Both of them, Vecna and...
Right.
Voldemort.
Identity fracturing, many selves. Horcruxes splitting Voldemort. Vecna existing as Henry, One, Mind Flayer, Hive Mind.
Huh, this is crazy.
Isn't it? Prophecy structure. Neither can live while the other survives.
Right.
Good versus evil. Harry must kill or be killed. Will and Vecna share a psychic bond that is similar. Destiny versus choice. Both boys resist being chosen. They didn't ask or want it.
Yeah.
Portals and parallel worlds. Yeah. Harry Potter, Hidden Magical World, Diagon Alley, Room of Requirement, etc. Stranger Things Upside Down. Group archetypes. Golden Trio.
Oh, yeah.
Will, Mike, L, Harry, Ron, Hermione, etc. And then it goes into some other things about the ending.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that stories repeat themselves in a different...
Right.
Because, like, how many original thoughts can you have?
Oh, yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Like, in the world.
Yeah. And the other piece, too, I think is... When something is that successful...
Why not?
You kind of... I mean, that's how people do things now, you know? Like, even content creators, they'll be like, what content works best? From insanely popular influencers. Okay, let me see how I can take my own spin on that thing. Like, it's always kind of that iteration, but...
So, mini tangent.
Uh-huh.
Kind of completely unrelated, but it actually will get us into the next thing, so we'll just ride it out. Another parallel from a book we've talked about before, A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first book.
Yes.
As I was reading it, I was like, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
And, like, mini spoiler, not really, but, like, captive becomes guest, becomes love interest, with Beast, like, man who has issues.
Who's literally a beast
to soften. Yes. So, this is a funny story. It happened yesterday. Anthony and I took a walk with Dallas at night, and sometimes when we're on a walk, I try out different topics to see what'll stick for, like, the longest conversation, because I love to take advantage of time where we're both in motion and, like, the phones aren't there. So I'm like, what can get us on a tangent?
Right.
And I don't know why my mind went to this, but also another mini spoiler about the series, so maybe just skip ahead a little bit. This is the second book spoiler.
A Court of Thorns.
Yes. The mating bond.
Yes.
Between Feyre and, I'll leave it blank. The concept of the mating bond I brought up in conversation to Anthony. I was just like, what if you could hear everything I'm trying to send you, like, through your mind? What if you could hear my thoughts, feel my feelings, sense what I'm sensing? Like, what if... But without me saying, you know, and he was like, well, that would be crazy, because, like, what if we're apart and, like, I felt intimacy, but from you, I was like, well, that would be freaky. I would not, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking, like, what if I could send you messages? Like, you know, like, hey, do you see that pile of snow? But I didn't say it, and you didn't hear it, but you were in my mind. It was in your mind. Yeah. He was like, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah, and what if it could happen over distances across countries? And, like, And what if it was only with your mate, your soulmate?
Right.
So I'm like going and he's like eating it up. He's like,
he loves it.
He's like, yeah, and like, what if this? And I'm like, no, but this, like, because I've read the book.
Right, you know how it works.
I know how it works, so I'm telling him how it works, but he's like, but what if? I'm like, no, this is what it is. But what if this is what it is? And it got to a point where I was like kind of giggling a bit because I was thinking, how much of this book can I tell him before he's like, where are you pulling this out of? Like, how are you being this creative right now?
Right.
And I forget, I said something, we're talking about the bond, and I was like, it strengthens once you know it's there, like once you complete like the right, you know, whatever. I was like, but you still have a sense of it, like even if you don't find your partner. Because he's asking me questions now, like what if someone never finds their mate? I'm like,
right.
They'll only get glimpses of what they see and feel, like they don't know fully. And he goes, this could be a book. And I lost it then because I was like, it is a book. I've been telling you about the book I've been reading. And he was cracking up. He's like, no way. He's like, so the book is just about this bond? And I was like, no, this is like the littlest. This is just character development. I was like, so then we got into the conversation. I explained to him the entire first book. And he goes, of According Thorns and Roses. He goes, we should watch this. Like, is this like a movie? I got into like halfway through the second, which is where I'm at now. But it was just so funny. He was loving it.
He loved it.
And I was like, he'll never read it because it's so not him. But the fact that I could explain it in a way that he wanted to watch it as a movie.
He was captivated.
Oh, man. I was crushing it with the stories yesterday.
Well, if it comes out, then he'll watch it. Yeah, it's true. That is hilarious.
So, yeah. So then that kind of fades us into the next book that we've read, The Housemate.
Yes, The Housemate.
I haven't seen the movie.
No?
Not yet. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But I went to see it with my family and Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Not opening weekend, but maybe sometime during the week after, because this was all over holidays.
Yeah.
And I guess two things. If you just watch it as a movie purely for entertainment purposes, I think it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the ride. However, if you start to compare it to the book, that's when certain things are just not exactly the same. Like the ending was different, which is always like a big
spoil it for me, because you can spoil it. I don't like surprises. So
all right, spoiler alert again. So, do you remember in The Housemaid, the ending is she tricks, I forget their names at this point. She tricks the guy into going into the little room.
Mm-hmm.
And then she escapes the room because she was locked in there. And then he just dies in there.
Yeah.
And then Nina comes back. Oh, it's Winchester. That's what their names are. I forget his name, though. Nina comes back and she's like, don't worry, leave. Like, I'll take care of this, whatever. In the movie, Nina comes back while he's still alive in the room.
Oh.
And she comes back because her daughter was like, Mom, I don't think it's fair that you leave Millie there with him. We need to go get her. So then she feels guilty and she agrees to go get Millie out of there. She sneaks into the room, or into the house, and essentially realizes, or thinks she realizes, that Millie is still up there, trapped in that little room in the attic. And she goes and unlocks it. And it's the guy that's in there now. Millie had already escaped.
Yeah.
So she lets him out. And then there's like this whole fight scene between the guy, Nina, and Millie, like the two girls trying to escape.
Your mouth is open.
Because he's out and he's like totally fine. He's very alive.
This is so frustrating right now.
It's totally different. So that piece, totally not what happened in the book. However,
he end up dying.
He does end up dying, which is at least satisfying. So what happens is,
you gotta see this.
They're fighting, and I think he has Nina, or like he's about to kill Nina, and she's like, I don't care as long as I'm not with you. I forget it. It's a little fuzzy. And then Millie comes and like pushes him down the stairs.
Oh.
And it's like a significant, it looks like a significant like height.
Yeah.
So, and it's the spiral staircase. he falls and like hits himself in various locations and then falls to the ground and bleeds out. And then that's how he dies. Yeah.
I don't really like that as much because there's no like of her torturing him.
She does torture him.
Like when he's in the room, remember?
Yeah.
And then the mom was like, oh, he should have listened better or whatever at the end of the book.
Yeah. No, Millie does torture him a little before, but because in the book, he just like died from dehydration. Like she just didn't, I feel like Millie didn't know what to do with him, and she was just like, I mean, he'll die.
Well, and he also like, didn't he have to like pull his teeth out?
Yeah.
He probably also not bled out from his teeth.
Yeah, he did pull a tooth out in the movie too.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the book, she was just like, well, he's just gonna die up there. But in this one, she pushes him. And then the rest of it is like the cops are like, why is he missing a tooth? Yeah. Why does he have a stab on his neck? And then Mina's like, I don't know, it was just such a crazy fall. And then the cop kind of catches on, and it's like, yeah, my sister used to date him, and people have weird falls.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that part is. But yeah, I was shocked. One small detail, too, that I didn't realize while watching it, but then saw it on an article, was that the chandelier above the stairs, yeah, it was hair. It was her hair. I didn't notice.
Your wife's hair?
Yeah. Because I don't know if you remember, she had to pluck hairs out.
Yeah.
So you see, like, all of the little offshoots on the chandelier are actually her clumps of her hair, like a ton of her hair. I was like, dang.
I saw that. I thought it was a theory, but that's crazy.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you'll watch it?
Yeah. I actually have the thought of maybe wanting to go tonight because there's nothing really going on weather-wise.
Yeah.
You know, it's, like, dreary.
I will say, I feel so bad for Sydney Sweeney and everybody's reaction to her just in anything now.
Yeah.
Like, I know some things were definitely messed up. And I can also acknowledge that as an actress, she does kind of play the same role in everything. So it's like, so give me more. Like, I need something else. Is that all you are? Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I feel bad just because people are also tagging her in this. People boycotted this movie because she was in it.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it. People are upset, but I know. I also feel bad for her because I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah.
But
I saw, like, a bunch of things, like, don't take your husband. I'm assuming because their boobs are out.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And it's Sydney Sweeney, so.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, we took a very...
Who would have thought
of it on this episode?
What is that? 4 words on the top of our notes for the whole episode would take us.
It's 3 words: New Year's, Stranger Things, and The Housemaid.
Yeah. Anyways.
That was 10 minutes in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Alright, so it's funny because I had imagined this episode to be like a quick check-in and then talking about what I had originally intended was growing up in the 90s and how it affects us today.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I was thinking about this is, one, people really liked that paging through our past episodes, so I was trying to figure out how to incorporate more past elements.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other piece of it, too, was just, like, the nostalgia of the past and how it's kind of comforting.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays with so many crazy things going on. It's always comforting to be like, oh, back in the day, I would just watch TV and play with my toys, and that was life, you know?
So, I have a great story. I'm going to figure out where it fits in. Also something I did yesterday, so.
Oh, really?
It works perfectly.
So I thought we could talk through some of our favorite shows, movies, toys, I think games I have on here, books. Why did you like them? Do you ever revisit them? How do they make you feel today? Did you think you would be something specific when you grow up? And that kind of comes in more at the end. But we can kind of just like spitball / tangent on. We can start with TV shows.
Yeah, so whereabouts in the past are we talking?
It can be anything.
Anything?
I put a few up here.
Mm-hmm.
But these were like way earlier. I have one more or two more in mind that were more like teenager years.
Okay.
Anywhere, really.
Well, it's funny, I'm looking at this list and just kind of random tangent. Zaboomafoo.
Yes.
The brothers from Zaboomafoo. Mm-hmm. They have a new show. Oh. It's a cartoon, though. It's called The Wild Kratts. And they're like these guys. Kratts. Kratts. It's on PBS. My kids.
Is that their names?
I think so. The Kratt brothers. But it's the cartoon version of them now, and they go and explore different like animals and habitats, but they can like shapeshift into that animal.
Oh.
Anyway, so Zaboomafoo is still alive, but in a different capacity.
That's so interesting. I had no idea.
I didn't know either. I was like, what is this show? And it was like, oh my gosh, I know those guys. Oh. Yeah, so, TV shows. I'm trying to think back. So I liked Disney Channel stuff. I really liked like Sweet Life.
Yes.
Even Hannah Montana I enjoyed. SpongeBob was my Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Love a SpongeBob. Even, I guess iCarly.
Yeah,
Victorious.
I never got into Victorious, honestly.
The problem with TV shows is I always felt like I was too old for them. Like in every phase of my childhood, I was, except for SpongeBob. I was like, I really should, like, I'm a little more mature. I shouldn't be watching this. Even though I was the target age.
Really?
Like, you know, like I don't know, I always judged myself. And when we get into toys, like that too, like, one of my biggest regrets is like not playing Barbies longer in my life.
Really?
Because I put them away once and was like, I don't know exactly what age it was, maybe 9. I was like, I'm 9 now. Like, I can't be playing Barbies. I don't think it was 9. But it was definitely way younger than it needed to be, I feel like.
Interesting.
Yes. So those were the TV shows.
Yeah. I'm trying to... So I have a lot of... The ones I listed in here are the ones that first came to mind, which is funny because you were thinking more of like the teen or like the preteen TV shows. Yeah. And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking like Rugrats, Zaboomafoo.
Yeah. I struggle to remember them. Like remember enough of those to be like, oh, I loved it.
Yeah, that's fair. These were, I don't know, like so stand out in my mind. Out of the Box, though, I forgot what that one was called.
That's a girl that does the clock legs.
No, I don't know what that one is. But Out of the Box, I totally forgot the name. It was the intro for it. People were playing with cardboard boxes and like building something out of cardboard boxes.
Look up a picture of it quick.
And then they would go into their little thing, and it would be like this massive structure on the inside.
Oh, you're kind of like, it's kind of ringing a bell.
Yeah.
Of the box.
I loved Hey Arnold.
Yes.
Do you remember?
This guy. Yeah, they sang a lot.
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Cat Dog, another classic. Arthur, I occasionally watched. I think that was PBS.
It was PBS. I put that on for my kids a lot at the end of the day.
Nice.
I love a PBS, and I love an older fashioned PBS, like child show, not even just PBS.
Right.
Because they just move so much slower.
I have seen that online.
There's not. Do you remember Flapjack?
No, I don't.
That was a weird cartoon too. It was about this little boy who lived in a whale's mouth.
No, I don't think I ever saw
Chowder?
that.
Do you remember Chowder?
Chowder, I do remember.
Rada.
Did you have you ever rewatched any of these shows within the past, I don't know, 10 years?
I mean, yes, Arthur.
Right, because it's cool.
SpongeBob, probably.
I feel like SpongeBob is a great show to rewatch now.
Yeah.
Like, it still holds up, in my opinion. I'd still watch it today.
But I don't know about any of the other ones.
Same.
One movie, I don't know if it was a movie or a show, actually. I think it's a show. Do you remember Bananas in Pajamas?
No, what is that?
It's 2 bananas.
Uh-huh.
And they're in pajamas. I don't really remember what they do in any of it. I just remember when Blockbuster was a thing. Which, crazy concept, right? You couldn't just put your TV on and pick your movie and pick your show. You had to go to this store called Blockbuster and look through racks and racks of movies and TV shows and find the one that you want to watch and then rent it.
I will say I kind of miss that.
I do too, a little bit.
It was a ritual that, like, I remember being like, "Ooh, my parents are taking me to Blockbuster. We're gonna pick out a movie," and they had candy.
The same stuff. Bananas in Pajamas when I was little. Good Burger. My brother and I watched Good Burger, I think, every other week because my mom wouldn't let us get it every week. Like, it was...
She had to limit it. She was probably like, I'm not watching that again.
Yeah.
I miss it. Just the ritual of it.
Yeah. I remember, like... So funny because, like, shows that I didn't watch as a kid, like The Sopranos. There was, like, a whole Sopranos wall.
I was going to say, all the seasons. You don't watch that as a kid.
No, but, like... Anthony watched it once recently. He hasn't stuck with it. But I was just like, yeah, I would go and be like, wow, there's so many of these ones. Like, there's so much. But it was all the seasons of
the show. Well, that reminds me of slipping into more, like, teen shows. I forgot to put on here Zoe 101. I would watch that.
Oh, I love that one. I always wanted to go away to school.
I know. But this was also kind of the era of... We talked about this on the reality TV episode 1, but Laguna Beach, The Hills, like all these...
Tequila.
Yeah, MTV reality TV shows.
Yes.
And same thing, I remember I had a few friends that had the whole DVD collection, because there was no streaming. It was like, you could just own it on DVD. So...
Another movie I loved getting into the teens, well, Camp Rock.
Camp Rock.
I wanted to be Camp Rock, though.
I believe that.
I always wanted to be famous, and I've always loved to sing. And I'm not that great of a singer, not like one that you would see performing live anywhere, ever. But, like, I love karaoke, and I love to sing.
And so, ukulele.
Yeah. But my whole childhood, I was, like, I would dream of, like, when I'm discovered.
Nice.
And, like, things like Camp Rock... they
really
did that for me, because I was like, that's gonna be my life.
I feel like that's a very... Like, there's definitely a point where... Actually, you know what? I don't think that I ever felt like I was ever going to be discovered in a musical, artistic way, I guess. I was never a good singer, or... I played guitar very briefly, but... I never felt like, oh, I want to be a singer. I have felt like, ooh, I want to make it big, but not musically or artistically, I guess.
One of my biggest regrets is answering a question differently because I was nervous. And it was when I was a child, I was in the backseat of my dad's car. He was driving, my brother was in the seat next to me. And he said, if you were in a band, what would your role be? And, like, one, I love these type of questions to this day. Right. It's like, oh, explain it then.
Yeah.
But my brother said I would play guitar. And I was like, in my head, I would be the lead singer. But I was like, I don't want to say that. That's so like, who would be like, oh, I want to be the lead singer. So I just pulled a random instrument out, and I was like, I'll play the keyboard. Oh. And he was like, oh, okay. It was like leading up to Easter. Weird Easter gift. But we come downstairs, there's a guitar and a keyboard. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's why you asked that. And, like, so I still continued to try to learn keyboard. But what I don't understand, and if my parents listen to this, you can maybe explain it to me sometime. They bought my brother lessons for the guitar. So he had a teacher and a guitar.
Right.
I didn't get lessons for the keyboard. I just got a keyboard. So one, I had to try to teach myself, which I only could move one hand.
Right.
And two, I kicked myself because I'm like, if I would have just said lead singer, I probably would have had a vocal trainer.
Oh, yeah, and had singing
lessons. Because what are you going to give me, a microphone? Cool.
That is true.
So I'm so, like, I have major regret because imagine if when I was a kid I went to vocal lessons, I could be on Broadway. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. But, like, the options are endless.
Oh, yeah. You should do singing lessons now, anyway.
That's kind of embarrassing, I feel like.
No, I've literally considered it myself, and I'm not a good singer.
Wait. Okay. Did I send you that TikTok that was like, your friend group should rent out a studio and a professional producer and make an album or a song? I want to do that.
It would be funny to do.
That's a bucket list. At some point, we're going to make a hit, not a hit single, we're going to make a song.
And then
we're going to produce a single.
We will. We should do that.
Even if it's a Christmas song.
Yeah.
You speak him. Imagine making a Christmas album with our friend group. Just like...
It would be hilarious.
No,
but you should do it.
Just if I ever find some disposable income, maybe.
Some time, yeah.
I won't tell you, but there will be some.
Hey guys, check out the new single. It's in my bio.
If I ever make it big, I won't announce it. If I ever win the lottery, I won't announce it, but there will be signs.
And kind of dipping now into games. There were games with, was it Rock Band or something like that?
I love Rock Band.
Right?
I don't know, I'd be the lead singer.
I was going to say, right? Like, you could sing, there was a mic option, and is that the one where on the screen it would kind of show a visual of the notes?
Of lower,
how
high.
Yeah.
I could get 100 on a couple things. I was, like, pretty good.
Do you remember what your favorite song was?
Don't Look Back in Anger.
Came back immediately.
Yeah. Was that Oasis? I don't know. But Don't Look Back in Anger. There are so many, though, that I really love. The original Rock Band for Wii. Like, that list of songs. So good. Black Hole Sun. Danny California.
A classic. Yeah. I liked Guitar Hero, too.
I never had it.
We didn't have Rock Band. We had Guitar Hero, but our friends had Rock Band. So we kind of got to, like, mix and dabble a little bit, but I always liked the Guitar Hero songs.
We would play Rock Band for hours every day.
It was a great game.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the other games that were... Just Dance.
I love Just Dance.
I loved all of those. Or even further back, did you ever play Dance Dance Revolution with, like, the little mat?
Only at my friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my friends had this stuff.
Same. My friend had that.
Yeah.
But I love that.
I never knew any of the songs on that one. Like, it was hard to get into it. They were, like, robotic.
Yeah. Or, like, the instrumental ones where it's just, like, dun dun.
Yeah.
Dun. But yeah, then Just Dance came, and then that's when I was like, oh. Because then it was, like, pop music, too. So I was like, oh, I'm dancing to... I can't even think of a song off the top of my head, but...
Okay, so this ties into a lot of different stuff. I just have to tell you about yesterday, because it's just, like... Everything we say, there's just a moment I'm like, oh, this was on it yesterday. Last night, Anthony and I, we were, like, watching videos. Whenever we hang out alone in our house, like, we'll just, like, find something to watch to try to interest both people. And initially we were discussing the differences in accents, like, for different regions and dialects. Yeah. We get on weird tangents. Anyway.
You do accents.
Well, yes, I do speak in accents. But we watched clips of, like, funny kids with accents, and I was like, it's not funny. Stop it. It's not funny. And Anthony goes, that is my favorite accent. What is that? I was like, I think it's Scottish.
Yeah, like...
Because he has Irish family, and it doesn't sound like them fully, but it's close. But then he pulled up, like, every dialect of that region, so we're trying to listen for... I'm like, this is, like, a lot. But then we got into it was a 100-person random knowledge quiz. And they would ask a question, and the fastest person to answer, they'd be safe for that round. And it went till the last person. But some of the questions, like, it was random knowledge. It wasn't like, well, I guess some of it was like, what is this element? But it was just like, what was the handheld digital pet that you had to care for? And, like, they could cut off the question. So sometimes we wouldn't hear the full question. But it was like Tamagotchi.
Yes.
But, like, some people didn't know that. And it's old and young people, so it was interesting to see all of that. Well, then, after that video, we got into this YouTube wormhole. We put on nostalgic 90s and 2000s commercials.
Oh,
yes. And, like, what we're talking about in here and what I saw there, like, Easy Bake Oven, we watched the commercials for them last night. And two things to note. Commercials were, like, 3 minutes long each. Or at least they felt that way. Like, we watched this Betty Crocker commercial for this cake pan. And it showed you the whole cake pan. It showed you all the cakes you could make. It showed you baked Alaska. It showed you the cake pan again. It showed you how to put the mix in the cake pan. It showed you how to put it together and then to bake it. Showed you some cakes. Showed you a cookbook. Showed you how to put the batter back into the cake and bake it again. And then it's like, and if you call in the next 30 seconds, so then it's like, we'll include the extra frosting tips. And then it's like, but wait, we'll include the additional cookbook. Okay, so you're at minute 2. And then it goes to... Now, when I explain it, hopefully you picture too. The blue screen. Mm-hmm. Top corner is the product. Then you have the phone number, the credit cards that are accepted.
Yes.
That screen. And everything on that commercial video, we watched 2 full commercial videos of the different ads. $19.95. Everything was $19.95 plus shipping and handling. But it was just like, the commercials were so long. The commercials were truly tutorials on how to use the product. You could like, no. Oh, this ties back into what I think you're going to touch on later because I didn't really read these notes in full. I was sitting there watching these commercials, this Betty Crocker one specifically when it was on, and I was like, my nervous system right now is so calm. I have not felt this level of calm and slowness in so long. And it was because that commercial was just, 1, so comforting, but 2, like, so slow. It wasn't rushing.
It wasn't like
anymore we pay for streaming services without ads. Or if you are cheap like me for some of them and have the ads still, they show you how long each ad is at the top.
Yes.
Like ad 1 of 1, ad 2 of whatever. But it also shows you how much time the ad's going to be. Most ads are like 30 seconds anymore. Like when I see 1 minute on the top for the ad, I'm like, oh my God, it's so long. Mm-hmm. But if I dare you guys to go back and watch these nostalgic commercials. The ads today are not long. We've just really, really changed in terms of like attention span.
Right. And like what advertising is.
Yeah. And then I also said, like, imagine the cost of the runtime for if this Betty Crocker commercial was today. Like 3 minutes.
Astronomical.
Yeah.
And the price of the Betty Crocker pen would have to be like...
Yeah. Wait. Not $19.95, but everything is $19.95.
Oh, I loved... there were sometimes, I think at night, certain channels would turn into infomercial channels. I loved watching them. For the same reason, probably. It was just so peaceful to, like, see someone break it down. Like the, I don't even remember. Maybe it was like the NutriBullet or something, Magic Bullet. It'd be like, here's the little thing, and you can put this part on top, and then you can turn it upside down, screw the lid on, and it's a cup. And, like, here's the other one. Oh, you want to make a salsa? Here's how you make a salsa. A smoothie? Download the smoothie.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about, like, too, how it worked to buy things. Like, not online, because it wasn't online, but, like, how it was to buy things then. Like, that phone number came up, and you could give them credit card information, or you could pay by check. So, like, did you ever order anything from the TV growing up?
No.
Okay. I did. The only thing I did was when the blue screen popped up for the Kids Bop CDs, I'd memorize the number, and I'd run to my mom and tell her the phone number quick. And we would buy the Kids Bop CDs off the TV. So, like, it would be like, Kids Bop, 14. And I'd be like, oh my God, 16. Okay, and run and get the phone number. I'd be like, Mom, Kids Bop, 14. Like, and then
Here's the number.
And she'd be like, okay, we'll order one, Kids Bop, whatever. And then we would put the check in the mail and mail the check. Like, what a weird concept. Like, I'll take one CD in the mail, mail the check.
Right.
CD appears weeks later in the mail. You're like, yes, finally. We have to put it in your car or your chunky radio to listen to it.
This is the big one. Mine was a big blue, chunky one.
This stuff makes me feel so ancient.
I know.
Like, it is insane. Trying to explain this to, like, a middle schooler right now. Like, they're like, what the heck?
I know. And cars don't have CDs anymore, do they really?
I don't know if mine does. I doubt it.
I don't think mine does, but people don't. I mean, they wouldn't really know what that is.
Right. Well, yeah.
Even computers have lost that.
Harder. Yeah, true. Yeah, used to put them in computers.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have the CD player that you put the CD in and you plugged headphones into.
Yeah. But if you tapped it, it would, like, skip.
And hold it, like, upside down. It sounded like it wasn't. Yeah, and then what else was I... Man, there was another product that was just such a concept to people nowadays, but I forget. I don't know. But it's amazing. It boggles my mind how much the world has changed so quickly.
I know. Because that wasn't
I get why old people don't know what's going on.
I know, they probably feel the same way. But at the same time, though, I remember growing up thinking that by now there would be flying cars and all that. So
yeah, me too.
It's like you see both sides of it. Like, wow, we're not that advanced. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, we are.
Oh, Furby. The original AI. Furby, what is the weather today? That's like, hey Siri now, you know, like, it's just crazy.
I love it.
Kid brought a Furby into my room the other day, though. And I was like,
where'd you get that?
Those should be extinct. That's a little freaky.
Oh, I think the other toys, I'm looking at the list. The Tamagotchi I really liked.
Oh, me too. I had a lanyard of like
go
out to recess and like play with my friends.
I forgot to put on here too, but a Nintendo DS. I don't know if you ever had one of those. And I had Nintendogs.
Yeah. I love that. Nintendogs, my poor dogs. Rest in
know.
Peace. They're gone.
I forget who I was talking to recently, but they were like, I put it back in and that dog is still alive.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. I remember selling all that stuff. I almost wish I would have kept it, because I took good care of my stuff. Like, it was so fun.
I had a cute pink Nintendo DS, like that little baby pink.
I had blue.
It was so cute. I loved it.
Well, and then I got
a chat in there. Do you remember that?
Wait, you know what? Okay, Nintendo DS. I had the Nintendogs limited edition pink sparkly one, but I was envisioning my Game Boy.
Yes.
Game Boy Advance.
I had a Game Boy too. And that one was blue.
Yeah,
mine was blue. My brother's was gray or silver.
There's a really cute home video of like Christmas Day when my brother and I were little, and I opened the Christmas gift and it's a Game Boy, and I go, "Oh my gosh, a Game Boy Advance!" And my brother looks at me, he goes, and he had like a speech impediment / also accent. Like when he was growing up, he was like British, then Australian, like it was ever changing. He goes, "A Game Boy, aren't those supposed to be for like a boy?" And he points at himself. I mean, he also did get one that Christmas. He just needed to open it. But it was so funny. He was like, it says boy, isn't it for a boy?
I'm a boy.
And he was like, that is for me.
Where's my Game Boy? For the boy here.
It was so cute. So cute.
I love that. Did you have any favorite games besides Nintendogs? Do you remember anything else you played?
I'm struggling to remember. I did have one that I really liked. I can't remember. I loved PictoChat though. I would go on and like try to color the whole screen black and like hope that somebody was around to talk to. I would bring them to wrestling tournaments because we were always traveling, so sometimes I'd get lucky and like someone else would be in PictoChat in the gymnasium and I'd be like, "Who is playing DS with me right now?"
Oh, that's great. I thought of that question because there were only 2 games I would play. It was Nintendogs, and that was on the DS. But I loved playing Shrek.
Oh, I don't know.
And that was from Game Boy. But remember the DS? You could put Game Boy cards in. Yeah. So I would play Shrek still on the DS. I love that game. It was great.
That's crazy. Speaking of games too, internet games.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know internet games still exist because my kids when I taught middle school would always be playing like Cool Math or whatever they could like get themselves onto instead of listening to me. But I'm thinking of like going to like DisneyChannel.com or like going to the websites and playing those games. There's like a website where you can still play some of them, but my favorite computer site growing up, which I threw so much money into, Club Penguin. I would get the memberships for Christmas and birthdays so that I could have clothing and my Puffle could have stuff. And I
forgot about the Puffle.
Yeah, so and then do the secret agent missions. Oh my god, Club Penguin was the best.
Is that still around? Do you know?
If it is, you probably pay so much money to be a member.
I think it closed.
I think it closed.
That's so funny you say that because did you ever play Toontown?
No.
Me neither. But Chuck played Toontown a lot as a kid. He started playing it again literally 2 weeks ago. So I didn't know this, but Toontown was from... Who's the company that owned it? Was it Disney or something? I forget. He told me and I forget. So the company that owned Toontown was going to close it. Mm-hmm. And because they were, moving on to newer things. And there were some people that loved Toontown so much that they were like, we will continue it.
Yeah. Like,
we will continue developing it and keeping up with it so people can play. And the company agreed, but they were like, you can never charge for it. Oh, okay. Because, they would probably want their cut of it. So they're like, if you don't charge and it's always free, then whatever, we're even.
Yeah.
So they kept it alive and people still play Toontown.
Cool.
I never played it, but I remember seeing all the commercials for like come play Toontown.
Yeah.
And, like, those boxy black things.
Did you ever play Pop Tropica?
No, what is that one?
That was on funbrain.com. You ever play Funbrain?
Funbrain sounds familiar.
Funbrain.
Yeah.
But I would always accidentally type Fun Brian.
I do that sometimes.
It was on Funbrain. It was like this world with little people, Pop Tropica. Another time where I felt I was too old to be playing what I was playing. So, like, that could be also why you didn't play it, because it was maybe for younger. But I can't even explain it. There were so many different things. You could go back in time. You could go to the future. Like, you had all these things you had to do. I could never collect all of it. I had so many accounts, so I forget my password so much. I think I had 9 Pop Tropica accounts. I kept forgetting. So I didn't have to redo all the levels.
Were you like was your avatar like a person?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But you had to, like, dress your person to disguise. So if you went to the past, you would have to, like, find some clothing from the past to wear around, because if somebody saw you, they'd be like, you don't belong here, and you'd get sent back. It was crazy.
That sounds fun.
It was really fun.
Oh, you know which one I also really liked? Was the online slasher games. Have you ever played those?
No.
So, it was, I don't even know what it was called. It might have just been called Slasher. But basically, at the beginning of every game, one person gets assigned to be the slasher. And each round, the slasher kills someone. And then everybody who remains talks, and you try to figure out who the slasher is.
Yeah.
Except it was literally, like, in the chat. It was just a chat. That's the only way you would talk and be like, I think it's so-and-so. And people would be like, why? Oh, me too. So there's, like, it was just purely guessing. But it was so fun. I was younger. So it was great entertainment. But
That's just like Among Us.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Awesome. So I think we pretty much touched on, I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about from things you liked.
I'm good.
Okay, cool. Because then the last piece I had was the psychology of the past.
Mia with her haircut looks
Mia.
like the Lorax kind of.
Oh, she
like
does.
When she
has
stands
like a big
with
head.
really tiny legs and a mustache.
Yeah. Psychologically, it's just a little bit of info on, like, how that upbringing affects us.
Yeah.
So I'll just read through it and we can comment. And also it'd be interesting to get your perspective because you're dealing with the future generations. Mm-hmm. So it'll be... But psychologically, we remember the emotional highs and filter out the mundane or distressing parts. Obviously, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not that the 90s were free of stress or pressure, but our memory romanticizes the simplicity. In the 80s and 90s, it was known as a generation of simplicity and structure. The parenting style was authority balanced with warmth, a blend of freedom and fear, which I feel like I agree with.
Oh, yeah. I think, I was scared of my parents.
Yeah.
In the most loving way.
Right. Entertainment, limited channels, yet unforgettable. Cartoons and TV shows like, I don't know that one, so I'm not going to say it. Jungle Book, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, Tom and Jerry. Mm-hmm. No streaming, like we had just mentioned.
You don't get to pick and choose.
Right, it's just whatever's on.
That's another thing. You get what you get and you don't get upset. I have to say that so much.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's different. Technology, just enough to assist, not overwhelm. Color TVs, tape recorders, landlines, Walkmans were luxuries.
Yeah.
Which I forgot about, the whole landline thing. I was talking about it last night, actually. Do you remember if someone was on the phone, if you picked up another phone in the house, you could hear the whole conversation? Mm-hmm. Education, rote learning with moral education, respect for teachers and elders was non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Community, joint families, neighborhood bonds, outdoor play created a deep sense of belonging.
Yeah, that all resonates right now. Another commercial that popped up last night on that, I forget the name of the product, but it was basically a thing that you could use to draw. And I was just like, gone are the days where kids sat and enjoyed drawing. The majority of kids anymore cannot sit for a long period of time and draw a picture. They don't even have, like, the imagination to draw. Like, my kids, I have to prompt them, and it has to be required for them to learn to draw a picture.
Wow.
Isn't that sad?
That's interesting.
Like, as a kid, I would just sit there with crayons. I would make books of just stuff.
As a kid, I would sometimes just get paper and, like, build something out of it.
Yeah.
I used to like playing with little toy horses. So I would use paper to build out a barn and like the fences leading up to the barn. But same concept, like
it's just
you'd basically make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they still have imaginations. They just
different.
Need a lot of probing and encouragement. What else?
The scarcity of attention. Growing up before streaming and social media, 90s kids lived in a world of media scarcity. If a song played on the radio or a cartoon aired on TV, you had to be present or you missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fair. Nowadays, it's so easy to be like, oh, I'll go back to that. Oh, that's a show. Let me write it down and I'll just stream it later if I want to watch it. Oh, let me Shazam the song.
Oh, the song just played in my car. Rewind.
Yeah, exactly. The result, this trained their brains in the past to treat experiences as encounters rather than exhibits. They are more likely to value being fully present over capturing proof of the moment for others. Which is interesting. Identity without an audience. The 90s generation had the privilege of an unrecorded youth. They could be awkward, contradictory, or cringe without a permanent digital archive tracking their every mistake.
Right. I mean, parents still took pictures.
Right.
And even my parents, they did home videos for a little bit when we were little, but yeah, still significantly less than with these phones and the TikToks and the...
That's what I was going to say. This reminds me of, have you ever seen the comparison? It's like 12-year-olds now versus me as a 12-year-old. And 12-year-olds now are like
doing makeup
dressed
reviews.
Nicely. Yes, makeup fully done, hair done. Their dances are like all synchronized. And then you pull up yours and you're wearing like the dorkiest outfit.
Yeah,
Hair's a mess.
Hair.
Yeah. The virtue of waiting. Before instant delivery and GPS, life involved long stretches of anticipation, waiting for a CD to be released, a movie to be restocked at the rental store, or a friend to show up at a prearranged time.
Oh my gosh, waiting for a friend to show up to your house. Crazy. I was always at the window. And GPS, that's crazy too. Yeah. What was the website you could print out directions on?
MapQuest.
MapQuest, and there was something else.
There was another one.
We would have to like go to the computer that was plugged into the wall and chunky and pull it up and print the directions and in the car say, okay, turning right on. And then you have to watch. It doesn't tell you when because it's on paper. Yeah, that is insane.
And when you plugged to the internet, you were using the landline. So you couldn't get any phone calls.
Yes. I remember too, once in high school, I guess it was, going somewhere with my boyfriend at the time. He pulled out a map. A map.
Mm-hmm.
This is high school. GPS exists. Actually, we have iPhones, I think. A map. And goes, okay, where do I get on the highway? And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not a cartographer. I don't know when you thought I've ever read a map before. And mind you, he's driving. Well, I have the map open this wide. Okay, so now it's overlapping into his space. And he's like, give me that. Pulls the map. How are you driving the car and reading a map? I mean,
and those things are tiny, too. Like
he figured it out, which is an amazing skill. Like, kudos to you. But
dang.
I remember one feeling very unsettled and unsafe because the map is covering every view you have of where we're going and the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And two, what the hell? I was like, we have a phone. I can take it.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I guess we didn't have like unlimited data or whatever. I don't know.
That's crazy.
It was early, but still, there were other means to figuring out where to go than the map.
Another one is digital witnesses, not just natives. While younger generations are digital natives, 90s kids are digital witnesses. They remember how to navigate the world without satellites, research without search bars, or AI, I will add, and build friendships without analytics.
Yeah.
So, the 90s kids are fluent in 2 languages. They can fix a router and use the latest tech, but they also know how to sit in silence, read a map, some of us, and disconnect without feeling lost or dissolved.
Yeah, but we're losing it so much. I actually had something put in for the next episode, but it's kind of really short, so I can plug it in here. Is this, what is the wording for it? We have entered a generation of the, I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm stalling a second here. Phone-based retirement is the terminology they're using. So we think that teenagers are obsessed with their phones, but retirees and the elderly are actually like the most addicted to their phones because they have so much time to spend now, and they're like, it's like they're wasting away
from too much of it.
Yeah, that's because they're just glued to their screen. Which is also the dangers of AI, is these elderly people are on the internet watching all these videos that they think are real, which I already fall in the trap of not knowing
I've done
stuff's AI at this point. But yeah, so phone-based retirement is the newest concern, is like when people retire, they just have so much time and the access to information is just so easy that there's no connection, anything.
That is scary to think about.
Yeah.
So the core insight then is the 90s generation carries a psychological fossil of the final age of private life. Their real inheritance isn't nostalgia, it is the quiet certainty that a life can be meaningful, valid, and full